Are you looking for the best portable air conditioners? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best air conditioners on the market before we get started with our video. We have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. BLACK+DECKER Smart Portable Air Conditioner. I bought the 12,000 BTU model last year when we were anticipating a summer heat wave, but the heat wave never happened. So I stored it unopened for a year. The heat arrived this summer, so I took it out, put the window venting panel together, and turned it on. I'm using it in my living room, a large open space, about 750 SF, i.e., it's larger than this unit is rated for. As the temperature climbed outdoors, it started dropping in my living room. It reached 88 degrees outside but was 68 degrees in my living room, so, about 20 degrees lower. Considering the size of the room, I was pleased with how well it worked. The fan has a pleasant white noise sound on this model. Problems and issues. One thing I found a little irksome was that the vents the cool air pours out of aim upward and can't be angled downward, or horizontally, to blow cool air on me when I'm on the couch working. I do most of my work there, so this was a downer. I solved it by propping a piece of lightweight plastic on top of it to angle the airflow toward me. Not ideal, but it works. But they really should fix the vent issue. At number 2. Whynter Portable Air Conditioner. This portable AC unit is an absolute beast, and I'm extremely happy with it. The cooling performance is fantastic. It easily blows air that's 30 to 35 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than the ambient room temperature. I've seen it put out air as cold as 27 degrees Fahrenheit when the room was at 61 degrees Fahrenheit, and it has never frozen up on me. When it's 90 degrees Fahrenheit in the room, it can still push out air at around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, sometimes even colder. I've checked all temps using a calibrated infrared thermometer. It handles my 375 square feet upstairs room with vaulted ceilings like a champ, even with a computer setup pulling around 750 watts adding heat. I keep the exhaust tube well insulated so heat doesn't radiate back in. That really helps with performance. If it wasn't insulated, I doubt the unit could hold the room at 75 degrees Fahrenheit when it's 96 degrees Fahrenheit outside. On really hot days, I start it early in the morning at 61 degrees Fahrenheit and let it run all day. That way, it keeps up, and the temp never creeps above 75 degrees Fahrenheit, even under a heavy load. Compared to my old Soleus Air 14,000 BTU dual hose unit, which was decent but not impressive, this Whynter blows it out of the water. I didn't even bother replacing the Soleus when it broke, but working from home changed things. I'm so glad I made the switch. This unit is far better in every way. Noise levels are also good for a portable AC. It's quieter than the Soleus Air and about as loud as a box fan on medium. Most of the noise comes from the fan, not the compressor. On lower settings, the compressor is more noticeable, but even then, it's not bad. I also love that it blows air upward. A lot of people seem to dislike that, but for my vaulted ceilings, it's perfect. It keeps the room more evenly cool, avoids stratification, and reduces the need for constant cycling. With my old AC that only blew horizontally, the room was cool down low but warm at head height. No such problem with this one. If you need cold air directly on you, just use an extra fan. At number 3. SereneLife 3-in-1 Portable Air Conditioner. So, I originally ordered 2 of these units. When they arrived, one worked great, but the other one was leaking all its coolant. The box was torn up, and the outer plastic casing of the unit was crushed or punctured. The replacement came and was actually in worse condition, also leaking coolant. Finally, the replacement for that replacement arrived in perfect condition with no leaks, no scratches, and no issues at all. The pictures I shared are from the first damaged unit that showed up leaking coolant. Now that I have both working units, the timing worked out perfectly. It's early spring in Texas, which means some days are in the 80s and some in the 30s. These things handle both heating and cooling really well. What really took me by surprise was how quiet they are. Some other reviews mention noise, but compared to what, I'm not sure. Mine are very quiet. I wasn't expecting that at all, since these are essentially electric furnaces and air conditioners packed into plastic containers. My guess is that the noise complaints are from people who didn't let the unit sit upright long enough after delivery. Anything with a compressor that moves coolant needs time to settle before being powered on. If not, it might still function but will be louder and may never cool or heat properly. This is the same with refrigerators too. At number 4. Amazon Basics Portable Air Conditioner. So far so good. The AC functions as well as you'd hope and seems to cool a nice portion of our home pretty well. No complaints there as of yet. My one complaint is with the optional drainage option. The tube provided is far undersized and is a huge oversight with this product. The instructions suggest not to exceed 70 upward drainage but only comes with a 24 tube. The cheapest part of the whole assembly is where they decided to cut costs? Makes me wonder where else these types of glaring oversights and cost cutting may manifest. Here's hoping this is just a bonehead oversight. Also, I noticed a review claiming that their system has had a P1 error since they got it. P1 is the code that flashes when it's time to empty the condensate tray located on the bottom of the unit. I would advise anyone who purchases this product to read the manual and learn their machine entirely, as with any HVAC assembly a fair bit of maintenance is required. This product is no exception, and proper maintenance will prolong the effective use of your heating and cooling products. If you didn't run the tube, you need to empty the tray periodically. Cleaning the filters is also necessary. At number 5. Spürbar Portable Air Conditioner. The packaging for this air conditioner was excellent, which is especially important for a large and heavy item like this. I'd estimate the unit weighs around 50 pounds. The box includes clear instructions printed on the outside, guiding you on how to remove the unit and components from the packaging. Inside, everything was securely packed. 2 sets of instructions were included, a quick setup guide and a more detailed instruction booklet. The steps showing how to install the window kit were easy to follow. However, you'll likely need to cut one of the plastic pieces to fit your window size. These window inserts fit reasonably well but not tightly. There were small gaps where outside air could get in, so you might want to seal them with tape. In my case, I wasn't worried about bugs because I had a screen on the outside. The included 6-inch diameter exhaust hose extends easily and connects between the back of the AC unit and the window panel. It's about 6 feet long and can bend smoothly to about a 45-degree angle. The ends of the hose twist securely onto the plastic connectors provided. The power plug is a standard 3-prong type with a built-in test and reset device. My unit arrived in test mode, so I had to press the reset button near the plug before the unit would power on. There's also a small drainage hose, around 3/8 of an inch in diameter, which you can use to channel water into a bucket or a container like a gallon milk jug.